Welcome back to Middlefield Custom Sawmill. These logs came from Georgia to northern Ohio so that I could cut them. These are pecan logs. They're from the Hickory family. They don't grow around here, so I've never sawed one before. This one's a bit of a pretzel. A buddy of mine got them. He just wants boards, 4/4 boards, so that's what I'm going to make. This bendy one, I was thinking I could cut it and make short and longer boards, but I think I'm just going to slab it this way for him, and he can decide, how long he wants to cut it off, and if he wants the edges cut off, I can cut them off for him, or he can run them through a table saw then. But 4/4 slabs in this one, 4/4 boards on this one. Oh yeah, they don't roll real good when they're bendy logs. Have to turn this down a bit. I have to turn it the other way. That's flat anyway. Let's take a look at the logs, see what a pecan log looks like. This one's got a lump on it. Interesting bark. It's got some moss that was growing on it. Ferns. This is really cool looking wood. Look at this. Ah, and my microphone's making a shadow. How's that? Kind of swirly it looks. And then there's the rest of the log. This is only about 10 inches in diameter. It's not very big. We won't get a lot of boards out of it. I can't imagine Nate got near this. Oh, a spider. Let's take a cut and see how it works out. is a very stressy direction to cut this log in. Okay, here's a look at pecan wood. It looks, well, looks a lot like hickory. We haven't gotten down into the log yet. This is just, I don't know if it's all sapwood or it's not bad. Gets a little prettier over here. There's some figure there. That's not bad. It'll make pretty boards. Alright, I think I'm gonna take one or maybe two more boards off of here and then flip it over and cut it the rest of the way. I'm getting kind of close to my log dog. Maybe just one more board. Let's do it. Definitely time to roll this log over. Oh yeah. Got to make sure I put the pieces back together, right? All right. Oh, it's got a little hollow. Let's roll it over and see what we got on the other side. broke in the same place, coming around the wheel. And it broke and it jammed up top again too. This is exactly like the last one. I'm willing to bet that that is the weld. I'm willing to bet that's the weld right there. Either that, I mean the blade's not even warm. Well, it could be rubbing against the back of that wheel, I guess. That looks shiny to me. That wheel's all the way back. I can't move it further. Oh, look, it came off that roller completely when it broke. All right, well. Oh, okay. You gotta raise the head. Can't open the door when it's down behind that. Well, yeah. This blade's hosed and jammed in there. I'll remove it and bring you back once I've done that. We can finish sawing this thing. It's not enough. I have to deal with the birds. Now I got to deal with chipmunks too. Chipmunks are just cute rats. Not that cute. Okay, I hope you can see that. That is not a straight line. So this did not break at the weld. And I was looking. I can do this, I think. Take it out here in the sun. This back edge of the blade is very shiny. Although you can't tell out here. You can see it there. That's very shiny on the back edge. So what I think is happening is this roller here, it won't move back any further. And I think it's rubbing this front edge. Because these are 1.5-inch blades and I normally run 1.25 inches. That doesn't sound too good either. That sounds better. That doesn't sound good. But it doesn't wobble. So, yeah, maybe it can go back if I do it there. So I'm going to switch back to a 1.25-inch blade. I got another 1.25-inch carbide blade. I'm going to switch to that and use that. Okay, that was a little bit more than a blade change. I had to readjust this roller over here and realign it a little bit. But it's set to 1.25-inch blades again, so let's give this one a try. Run it through here, see how it cuts. Alright, so this first cut up on top was done with that old blade. You see there's no sawdust there. Is this the way it goes? They're going to be out of order if I do it that way. I gotta put the log back together in order. It's a thing. Alright, here's the next one. First little bit was cut with the old blade, and the rest was cut with the new one. This looks pretty good. Flat as a board. Even where it switched from the one blade to the other. Nice and flat. Guess I'm going to have to hit this with a polishing wheel again, just so Nate can't understand why mine doesn't rust. Let's take a quick look at the wood here. It looks pretty much like hickory. It's kind of a tan. It doesn't have the dark in the center like shagbark hickory, but it cuts like shagbark hickory, and the sawdust looks like shagbark hickory sawdust. These logs have been down a while. Look at that. There's spalting in there. So yeah, I think it's cutting pretty good. Look how crooked. Look at that curve. The reason I'm leaving the edges on this one, I figure if I had this log, what I would be doing, I would cut it into pieces and make live edge cutting boards out of it. You know, cut the handle on one end and then leave it curved or whatever. Because for live edge, for cutting boards, that's a good way to do it. Oh, there's a lot of sawdust on that one. Alright, I wanted to show you this because I didn't see this before. That first blade, when I was cutting these little pieces off the log, can you see it? It's a nail. The fern log. I'm going to cut it like this. I'm just going to cut the fern right off it. Dan's out there going, get a laser. It's 8 inches, Dan. This is two guys timber framing at 6 a.m. All right, there we go. It's Dan. Oh, look, more fern. Little wham. You know, that's still pretty heavy for such a teeny little log. Very dense wood. What is this? Oh, look at that, it's 6 inches wide. 6-inch wide boards. Look at the wood here. There's a lot of it. It's pecan, but it's definitely hickory. I mean, those of you who have sawed hickory, you've seen this before, right? These logs belong to a friend of mine. I told him I'd saw it up for him, so I'm gonna get them ready. You can just come and pick them up anytime then. You're going up by the birds. If I can get you up that high. Oh, can you see? Wow, that was a long way up. You're on a rake, just so you know. And then over here, well, they're not here now, but going in that hole are the bees. I found them this morning and I sprayed them good. So that's right, you're here learning about the birds and the bees. Okay, there's the log. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 live edge boards, and then 6 boards out of the other log that are straight edge. Got them all tied. I double stacked the top ones too wide. That looks really nice. There you go. It is quiet out here. I mean, I could nap. But I picked up my phone. Did you know they're rioting in LA? I am so glad I don't live there.